Hi again. I'm going to take you through looking at increasing the dynamic range. This is a picture I did just recently on Tempe Promenade in Pembrokeshire. It was a horrible, wet, rainy day, but it's a wide-angle panorama inside the bandstand on the promenade. And I just want to check out what range I've got in this, and especially in the clouds. So I'm going to call up a brightness contrast adjustment layer, and I'm going to drag the brightness slider down. And I've got plenty of tones to work with there in the clouds. But as you can see, as I drag that brightness slider down, it darkens everything. So let's just bin that. What I need to do is make a selection. So I'm going to the quick selection tool here, W on your keyboard, and I'm just going to mouse down in here. You see the little plus sign there. And just take it through here, and just in all the bright areas, just click with the mouse and drag it a bit if it's not selecting the whole area. And I've a very rough selection there of the areas. Now, to get rid of this, I'm going to hold down the Alt or Option key and just get the minus sign up and drag through here as well. Take it up the horizon line, make sure the little marching ants are disappearing. And this is a hotel block over here. I'm just again going to just mouse down on that, and you've got your minus sign up, which shows it's taking it away from your selection. And I'm going to end up with a reasonably good selection of this very bright area where we've just discovered before that there is some cloud detail. Now, there's a couple of things we can do here. First thing I'm going to do is just to duplicate this layer. So I'm just going to drag it down to the new layer icon at the bottom and create a layer copy. As you can see there, the selection is still in, and if I hit the mask icon at the bottom there, the selection is converted into a mask. You can see there, white to reveal, black to conceal. We've got a pretty decent mask already. I want to go on a different route with this. I just want to go back in time here. Let's just go back to our last point of selection in history and just remove that again. I just want to use the clouds, and what I'm going to do is just do Control J on a PC, Command J on a Mac, and that's just going to give me a selection where the marching ants are, which is just all the clouds. You can see that it's quite faint. We click that back on again. We can't see any difference because we've not done anything to it yet. We can use blend mode straight away. If you go into your drop down menu on blend modes and hit multiply, you can see straight away there you've added density to those clouds. One thing you've also done is you've actually increased any color that's in there by multiplying with the bottom layer. So I want to remove that. So I'm going to go to adjust, and you can go to desaturate, which is down the bottom here. Your keyboard shortcut, Shift Control U, Shift Command U. That'll take the color out of that cloud copy layer, and won't increase the color values when we're multiplying or whatever else we do with this copy layer. So you can see there we've actually increased the density of those clouds just by that very simple method. We can keep working with this. We've tried a blend mode. We can go back to the brightness and contrast up here. Just call up a level. And if I drag down the brightness slider here, you can see that it actually affects the whole of the image. Now I need a method which is going to just affect this layer here. So this little icon here, just click on that. Like so, that's going to give you a little bent arrow sign there in the brightness contrast adjustment layer. That means it's really going to affect the copy layer below it, not the layer 1, which is the overall image. It's just going to affect things. If I hold down the Alt or the Option key again and click between those two lines, that's a keyboard shortcut for you, it'll do the same thing. So you've got two methods again. In Photoshop, as you know by now, there's probably 1, 2, maybe sometimes 3 methods doing the same thing. So if we just slide on this slider, increase the contrast as well, it really is only affecting the layer we created about clouds. Don't forget you've got your opacity slider in there, so you can actually start fine-tuning things. You get it to a certain level where it's dark, and then go into the opacity slider just to get the overall effect. You can also have a look at your blend modes. We're in multiply blend mode, so we're multiplying this brightness contrast. I know it's starting to get a bit complicated. Just rewind this and play it again if it's getting too much. But we've got a multiply blend mode now on this brightness contrast layer. I want to do a bit of masking, so I'm going to choose black as my masking color, and a soft brush. I really want to go down to something like 30%, so it's 3 on your keyboard, or just use the slider up there to get you down to 30%, and your square brackets, of course, will always increase or decrease the size of your brush. And I'm just really going along that horizon line there. Don't forget, sometimes you get a bit of bounce back at light off the sea, so we're doing seascapes. Alt-click, Option-click on your mask will actually bring it up so you can see what you're doing. And just reducing the size, we're using the square brackets again, and just really getting a nice transition between the clouds and the sea there. As I said before, if it's seascapes or whatever beach, you'll find there's light bouncing back off the sea or the beach, and you'll get a lighter transition between the clouds and the horizon line. So we can fine tune again. Use that opacity slider. Don't forget, you can just tune things in. It's not written in stone. We're using adjustment layers. This is non-destructive so far. Our image at the bottom has remained exactly as it was when we started. So we worked in the mask there. There's other things we can do as well. We can work in the layer, and we already in multiply blur mode. Don't forget, you can actually now use the opacity on this as well. You can go up and down with the opacity on this. If it needs to be, we can go down to the mask icon. Just click on the mask icon there at the bottom. We can call up the paintbrush again, and we can start working on that layer 2 copy. Again, just working on that transition area. This is soft masking. Landscapes, try and work in soft, not hard edges. And it's really beginning to look as I remember it, which was a horrible, horrible, rainy, cloudy. The clouds were scudding in, and it was very grey and damp day. So we've looked at our brightness contrast. We've looked at using the selection, the quick selection tool. That's how it looked to start with. That's how it looks already without any further tweaking. We've used the multiply blend mode in both our little layers there. You can use others. Try hard light. Sometimes that'll work, especially if you want to get a bit of contrast in your sky. We've tried the opacity slider, move that and tune things up. Let's go back to multiply on that one. It's given a better result, and just tune it with that slider to taste. Just work it around there. That looks good to me. Grey and horrible. That's what it was like. Not all photographs are sunny. Sometimes rain does fall. Anyway, that's really the first part of this. We'll be looking at the inside of the canopy and the concrete plinth below. Thanks for looking. Bye for now.